What's up, guys? It's your girl, the one and only Casanova. Today, I bring to you a makeup tutorial. Okay, I'm going to be doing a pretty basic makeup tutorial on my daily makeup wear. So my first thing I'm gonna do before I even start on my eyeshadow is I'm gonna shape up my eyebrows because, as you can see, I shaved off half of them. Now, is shaving your eyebrows for everyone? No, it's not. But it is really helpful for cosplay. Now, you do have to be prepared for people to see you without your eyebrows, or to just always make sure that your eyebrows are drawn on. I just use my normal stuff that I have for filling in my eyebrows to begin with. One of my favorite Instagram cosplayers has half of her eyebrow shaved off as well, and she said that she uses Kat Von D Dip Brow to fill in her eyebrows, and her eyebrows, they always look amazing. Now, with having half your eyebrows shaved, it does give you some creativity with that tail. Now, I normally don't use primer or anything like that, mainly because my makeup will stay on decently well throughout the day unless I rub my face a lot. Okay, so with my complexion, I don't normally wash my face regularly. I just try to make sure that I constantly have makeup wipes with me at night so that I can just take off all my makeup. So you can see I'm priming my face before I do my makeup. The Jaclyn Hill palette. And yes, I know it looks grubby. My eyeshadow, I always try to make sure to do my eyeshadow first. Mainly because there will be a lot of fallout, and fallout isn't exactly one of those things you can wipe away and hope that your face is clean after you wipe. So, and then always make sure if you use your makeup brush, I always just wipe it on my chair to make sure I don't have any makeup on it, because otherwise whenever you go to get into that new eyeshadow, you're gonna drag the remnants of whatever the last eyeshadow you used was. So for not even a light base, I go for this one. As you can see, I've reached the pan, and I just kind of smother it on, which I normally just do 1, 2, 3, and then I wipe down, and then I wipe across so that it's nice and clean, and then you can blend it out more. Now, my normal eyeshadow look is one of the ones where I do use this dark brown, and I use a little bitty smudge, and I put it on the outside right here, and I put it on the inside right here. And then I use the Morphe M330. It's a good brush. And you just kind of use that to blend it out. That's how I do my eyeshadow. But normally I always take the small end of this brush, and I get one of the any of the glimmery pressed pigments. Anyways, now that I have my main grungy eyeshadow done. Okay, now during this portion of the video, I am putting on green color corrector to fix the redness in my cheeks. I go on about how you don't really need to properly blend it in with your makeup sponge. You just have to wipe it, mainly because it goes under your foundation to the point where it doesn't matter that much about the appearance, so to speak. And then shortly after this, I will be going over the concealer that I kind of smear in, but it still looks fine. And then I properly blend and distribute and like beat into my face with a makeup sponge that is my foundation. And I do use a Tarte matte foundation because my skin is not oily part of the time. So I don't need something that makes it super dry, but I also don't need something that makes it super just sticky and just a lot to deal with. Now, this is my highlighter. I know it looks really depressing, but you can see that shine. So normally I end up doing my eyebrows before I do my highlighter and stuff, but since I already have it out, I'm just gonna like kind of rotate with my brush. And like it's also like the kind of highlighter that gives you more color in your face, especially if you're as pale as I am. Now I always do like right here, and then I do right on the tip of my nose, and I normally do my cupid's bow. And then I have a Tartiste contour palette. Now my palette is a wreck, but I normally just use the matte contour and then the bronzers. I never really use the highlighter. And I normally just dip into my contour and then I bronze it. So I have like a really basic like small eyebrow brush that I normally just I have ABH Dip Brow Pomade and I just swipe it a few times. Okay, so in this portion of the video, I start off by lining the top and bottom of my eyebrow. Then I go into doing the tail of it. And with this, I will then fill in my eyebrows with the rest of the pomade just to look clean. Then because of how I feel like not filled my eyebrows look, I go over it with some just brow powder that I have. And it normally makes them look a lot better. Then I go over it with a little thing that just makes my eyebrow hairs stay in place. I also have a cute little star stamp that my friend gave me that I normally put 2 right there. Just because they're kind of part of my personality at this point, I guess. Now I do start out by making my wings by going from the point where I want it to end to the inside. Then I go from my inner eye lining to the out, and normally if I have any problems, I just wipe off the end of the tip and I just resharpen it just to make it try to look good. Now, if you ever feel bad about your eyeshadow, normally, for me at least, it always looks better after I have my wing drawn on there. So don't worry if it doesn't look good. I live by the saying, they're sisters, not twins. My final thing is I'm gonna go ahead and use some finishing powder on my face, which is what I use my big fluffy brush for. And now, I don't really know what finishing powder is for, but I always use it after I finish everything. So, I'm assuming it helps keep everything on your face. The 2 most worrisome spots whenever you're doing your makeup is you could always accidentally get some right here under your eyes or right here, whenever you're anyways, that's basically all I have for my makeup tutorial, just for how I do my basic, like, everyday look. Normally, I don't even wear this color, mainly because it really dries out my lips. Normally, I wear Kylie Jenner Heat. Now, I'm gonna do my hair, if it'll come out of the bun. Bam! These are pictures of the finished look with this picture taking app called Snow. It's one of my favorite things to use for filters, except for, Snapchat, but it's a pretty good app. I recommend it 10 out of 10.